Hello and welcome to the Tarot's Relationship with Numbers course. Our aim is to teach you about the basics of numerology and how that can be applied to your tarot readings to give you more insight. So what is numerology? Well, numerology can be described as an esoteric medium, the study and practice of using numbers to help us to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, our purpose in life, and the cosmos in general. Numbers don't just hold numerical value, but they also hold mystical and symbolic value, which has been appreciated throughout many cultures since ancient times. The universe can be described as an orchestra of vibrations all at different levels, and numerology helps us to tap into these vibrations, and in turn this helps us to join the dots together, which then helps us to develop this higher spiritual knowledge. Numerology is an ancient system. We know that it has been around for at least 4,000 years. Gematria, which is an aspect of numerology, was developed by the Chaldeans of Babylon. And this was around 4,000 years ago. It's still popular today, as it must have been then. Chaldean gematria, as it is also known, consists of applying number values to letters, and from this format, higher understanding is achieved. You may know that there are several numerology systems. Chaldean numerology, which I've just mentioned about, and Kabbalah numerology and Pythagorean numerology are three in particular that I'm going to talk about in this introduction. The origins of numerology can be found in Chinese, Japanese, Babylonian, Indian, Italian, and Egyptian cultures. Chaldean numerology is often referenced to as the oldest system of numerology and the most accurate. Whilst it may be true, I can't say for certain, because Vedic numerology believes itself to be older than Chaldean numerology. But what I can say with a bit more confidence is what I have found to be apparent is a common link between each system and their connection to the universal energies. The belief that understanding this energy helps us to gain a higher spiritual knowledge. So looking again at Chaldean numerology, the basis of this system is that we live and function within ever-moving universal vibrations, and the philosophy that our lives are predestined. Numbers carry vibrations, and letters with characteristics in common match certain numbers. Chaldean numerology focuses on the double-digit numbers up to 99 and gives detailed descriptions for each number. So as we can see from the Chaldean numerology chart, we have numbers from 1 up to 8, and we can see that there are letters of the alphabet assigned to each number. So to calculate the numerology number, you would take the name of the individual and correspond the numbers, then add them together and reduce until the single digit is arrived. So as an example, if we have a name called Sarah Mason, it would calculate at 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5, which equals 12. Mason is 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 5, which equals 20. And we're going to add the sum of Sarah and the sum of Mason, which is 12 and 20, and that comes to 32. We then need to reduce once more to a single digit. So the 32 becomes 3 plus 2, which equals 5. The compound number is the double digit number, which is before we've reduced to the single digit. So it would be 32. It's always worth keeping a note of this. Now, these numbers would be used to develop and gain further insight by the numerologist. So the single number gives the characteristics of the physical outward person, whilst the compound number gives insight into the deeper hidden energy that influences the single digit number. And then we can also look at the corresponding planets. Since the Chaldeans assigned 9 planets to the 1 to 9 numbers. So that's a brief overview of Chaldean numerology. We're going to take a look now at Kabbalah numerology. And again, similar to the Chaldean, Kabbalah numerology is another system that is based upon the vibrations and energies of the universe. Kabbalah numerology was founded upon Judaism and is considered an ancient system that originates from Hebrew mysticism, specifically the Hebrew alphabet. And what I found interesting is that the translation of Kabbalah tends to vary from one source to another, but how I've understood it, it refers to the intake of knowledge of the soul. In fact, the consistent theme of gaining knowledge and soul development runs through the Kabbalah numerology system. The ideal is that the wisdom gained via the secret knowledge can then raise the individual's spiritual vibration. And the vibrations that Kabbalah numerology is based upon is called the Sephirot. The Sephirot is described as manifestations of God. And each Sephira emulates different levels of manifestations. To find the numerology number for an individual using Kabbalah numerology, it's discovered by using then an individual's legal full name. Each letter has a numerical value, as you can see on the chart that you can look at now. So again, similar to the Chaldean, we have a row of numbers and a list of the letters of the alphabet assigned to a number. Now, if we were looking at the name Sarah Mason, according to the chart, we would be calculating Sarah 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 1 plus 8, which equals 20. And for Mason, it would be 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 6 plus 5, which equals 17. So the total for the name comes to 37. Then we divide the 37 by 9. And in this case, the 9 goes into 37 4 times, with 1 remaining. So then we add 1 to the remaining leftover number. So then you have arrived at your Kabbalah number, which is 2. So just to recap, you will always divide the total sum by 9, and whatever number is remaining, you would add 1 to it. And there you can see the Tree of Life diagram. You will see that the Sephirot are in their positions beginning with Kether and the number 1. In fact, the Tree of Life has now become an opportunity for students of Tarot who can access a deeper understanding of the Kabbalah and of Tarot's ability to function into deeper spiritual layers as a medium of occult wisdom and knowledge. Of course, this is another complete study of its own. So that up to this point is an overview of Chaldean and Kabbalah numerology. So now we're going to go back to the year 570 BC on a Greek island called Samos, where Pythagoras lived for most of his childhood. Pythagoras brought us Pythagorean numerology. His system is described as a modern numerology system, which is ironic, really, because this is still a very ancient system. Pythagoras universally became one of the most known numerologists. It is likely that he is historically known as one of the greatest mathematicians, although he was also an astrologer, philosopher, and an alchemist. Pythagoras assigned characteristics to numbers. He believed that every number had its own property. His focus was on the digits between 1 and 9, but he also factored the numbers 11 and 22, as these are what he described as master numbers. Master numbers are those that he considered to be related to the concept of karma. So using the date of birth of an individual and their name, with Pythagoras' system, we can discover detailed insight into the individual's life. And again, as you can see from the numerology chart, we have a row of numbers from 1 to 9 and letters of the alphabet assigned to each number. So using a birth date for an example, 15th of September 1978 would be 1 plus 5 plus 9 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 8 equals 40. And then we make a sum of the 4 plus 0, which is 4. During this course, we will be looking at how we can use a life path number in our tarot readings and how Pythagoras' number characteristics connect to the insight of our tarot cards. For the first session of the course, we're going to look at Pythagoras' mathematical and mystical symbol of creation and the cosmos. We will then look at tarot specific connections and literally join the dots together. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy the course.